Hair Rules. It's a year later, and
It is.
we've opened Hair Rules Salon. It's been great because with the brand being hair care and styling solutions for a multi-textural world, we've been able to actually come up with a physical place to be able to put that practice and that philosophy to work that benefits the consumer in so many ways. I mean, everything that we do is for the consumer. So I started out only working in white salons from Orbe, which I moved here in '89 to work for. I went to Louis Zakari and John Frieda, and my clientele shifted in the mid-90s when I was working in fashion, the industry shifted from the 3 supermodels that were working to now music and movies. Celebrities started taking the place of magazines, the supermodels, and so then the industry started to shift in a new practice and an awakening of such to, I think, better reflect an ethnically diverse world. And so did that change, so did our practices as an industry, in the salon industry. And you know, you just started to see all the crimes being committed against hair.
Crimes like?
Crimes like the abundant overload of chemical relaxers, supported by hairstylists that only knew what they knew, you know. I think threatened by the fact that that was their livelihood. How do they change practice with having their livelihood threatened? How do you think outside the box? How do you think outside, you know, what the product aisles offer? A segregated, you know, kind of a setup with black hair products in this aisle and white hair products in that aisle. And how do you make sense of it all? So we've got, I mean, I think a long road ahead of us, and I think thank God for Chris Rock's movie, Good Hair, that is going to kind of humorously and comically highlight all the negative kind of depictions of hair texture, and I think it kind of helps us and gives us the opportunity to spread the good word that it is about hair texture. Now that there are solutions for all hair textures, and if the industry, both salon and beauty industry, had looked at people's hair texture instead of their ethnicity, we'd probably not be in this situation now.
Tell me about how's the Hair Rules product line doing? Any new products coming?
The product line clearly is doing great because we had to open a salon. The biggest question that people had for us was after the product came out and it started to really kind of gain momentum was, where's your salon? And we in turn realized that we had to put practice to work. And the only way to do that was to open a physical salon for the brand to have a home, to spread the good word on our philosophy, and that it's about hair texture, and that, you know, we're not a black salon, we're not a white salon, we're a salon for red, yellow, green, purple, and all people, young and old. And hair texture has zero to do with your age, your ethnicity, your color, your gender, or it's about hair texture. So, you know, it's easier to find the truth in that than what's been wrong with the industry.
When did you open the salon?
We opened the salon July 6th.
Okay. Brand spanking new.
Yeah, brand spanking new.
And
we've got a great response.
And the design is beautiful. I know you had some interesting things going here with the furniture and the artwork on the walls. And
yeah, I mean, anything to reflect a multi-textural kind of world was left the door wide open for interior to come in and just kind of add anything you wanted to. And nothing had to necessarily match, but it all came out in the end looking, you know, pretty fly. I'm happy with it. Hard work. I'd never worked in the music industry prior to working with Police. I'd done a few people in the past in the music industry, but my background was mainly in fashion and more beauty books, from Essence to Vogue to Vibe. We run the gamut. I mainly moved to New York to work in, you know, the so-called underground fashion industry that was kind of blown wide open with e-fashion television early in the mid-90s, now everyone in their mother is a hairstylist and makeup artist, which is great because there were very few black and hair and makeup in the industry in the 90s at all. And it really wasn't until the emergence of celebrities on the covers of magazines to where you now had, you know, you can't dictate how a celebrity comes to the table, what ethnicity they are. And so they were now demanding their own hair and makeup to come into the field. So for me, it was a great learning experience because there was more information about hair, and whether right or wrong, you knew more. If you were really embracing all the change that was happening. So for me, it was just hard work, and you know, I had friends who had done books like Kevin Mancuso and Sam Fine, and I felt like I had a voice too, and I was even interested in not even knowing how to work a computer, how you would self-publish a book, and shopping the ideal of, you know, kind of leveling the playing field of information that was out in the industry. Like, you know, hairdressers know what they know, and being compassionate about my customers and their hair and wanting answers for them, and you know, I'm a stickler on honesty and truth, and it's difficult when you don't have an answer for somebody about their problem and how they come to the table with their hair, the problems that they've had. So with me, it was a journey.